Hey guys.
We have a good relationship. Right?
Hey guys, welcome to our channel. I am Jinty.
And I'm Chris.
And we are going to be making a video about our relationship. Because that's what you guys apparently want. So if you don't know us, or if you're new to this channel, we make videos about all sorts of things to do with like health, travel, minimalism and stuff like that. So
And relationships.
So consider subscribing by hitting the red subscribe button, and if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. But it is going to be a different sort of video than we usually film, because we're just going to really
Free ball.
free ball, is that what you call it?
I'm free balling. We'll cut that out. You don't need to know that. Free balling, it's not the word. Spitballing.
We're just going to
Go with the flow.
freestyle this.
Freestyle.
We haven't got anything like planned. I thought we'd just sort of more have a conversation about our relationship and chat with you guys, sort of.
We came up with two crucial points that we think are really important for our relationship.
Yeah, they are supporting each other in growth and communication.
Common among everybody is the desire to grow and improve yourself. Having someone to come along on that ride and support you in everything is the best thing in the world.
Yeah, it's such a privilege to be able to be that person for someone else, and that is always what Chris and I strive to do in our relationship. Like, I just want to be there for him in any way I possibly can, because there's like nothing more amazing than watching like Chris grow and be like more and more happy and healthy in all areas, and to get to watch that and be there for someone else is a real privilege.
Yeah, so we are completely different to how we were when we first met. That's what our relationship is all about, is just always supporting each other and growing together.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, it's not about wanting to change each other. It's not about what we can get from each other. It's more about like what we can give to each other and how we can be there in better and better ways, and every single day like constantly learning more and more about each other. We've been together for, I don't know,
50 years.
We've been together for like, I don't know, maybe 7.5 years or something, and still getting to know each other in so many ways on different levels. It's like it's like an onion, okay, and you're peeling the layers.
Oh, please go on. Please go on.
Get me, guys. Like, you think you know someone, and then you get to know them on a deeper level, and that's the onion skin.
I love it.
Okay, a few more things with supporting each other in your own like personal growth is that it's not always pretty. Like, it can be messy. I think growth is really looking at your own your ugly parts of yourself, the parts that need healing and stuff like that. And it's not it's not pretty sometimes, and it's certainly not perfect. So if you are thinking like you're looking for that perfect relationship or that perfect person, then I think that's actually a bit of an illusion, because there is no perfect. There's like authentic and there's honest and truthful, but there's not this perfect image that you often see, especially through social media and movies and stuff like that. Growth is messy.
The best part of being in a relationship is to have someone to talk about anything. Whatever things you've gone through in the past, any feelings that come up, being able to just share that straight away is a form of release, right? So if you have something that comes up and you don't talk about it, it sort of goes back down and it'll come back later. Like, there's nothing that you can not talk about and just put it away forever. Like,
yeah.
It's definitely going to come up. And I think that is what I really cherish about our relationship, is the ability for me just to like pour stuff on you, just to no, it's just to talk things out and
feel safe. I think you can't just begin a relationship and be completely vulnerable, right? Like, you need to get to know someone and develop trust and understanding, and then you can express more and more and become more and more vulnerable when that sort of trust is there. And sometimes that takes time, but that's what it's all about, like that journey that two people are going on together, right?
Yeah, often when you share something with me, it will spark something in me that I haven't spoke about yet, and then I will open up, you know, soon after that.
There's never a point in our relationship anyway where we've gotten to this place where it's like, okay, we've arrived, like we can stop now, like we don't need to work on ourselves or this relationship any longer. Like, no, things are coming up all of the time. We're parents now, like we're always going to be working on this. We're never going to get to this place where it's like, we're done here, like
shit's always crazy.
So not crazy. Alright, so that's sort of support and growth, and obviously there's so much more to this, and we can talk probably a lot about this because this is sort of what we're really passionate about, like growth and always challenging our beliefs and stuff. So we love doing that together, and I think that is so important in a relationship, that you're not holding someone to who they were in the past. Like, you're supporting them in becoming the person that you know they can be, like the person that's in there and they've been maybe too scared to show, like, but you get to help them
blossom.
So
the second thing that is definitely crucial in our relationship is communicating, and part of communicating is not just getting your point across or telling the other person how you feel. It's about listening to the other person, listening to their perspective, opinions, and not only that, it's trying to put yourself in their shoes and see it from their own eyes.
Totally. Like, listening is more important than speaking, I think.
Yeah, it gets you a much better understanding of where they're coming from.
Yeah, so communication is huge for Chris and I. We have had friends in the past be like, you guys are so weird because you talk about everything, like nothing is off limits for us.
Some should be, maybe.
Yeah.
We'll have to talk about that.
But yeah, we talk about everything, and there's just times throughout the day where I'll just notice something's up with Chris, or he'll notice something's up with me, and we'll be like, let's chat about this, like, where are you at? Like, we talk a lot. I suppose that goes into disagreements and arguments and things like that. I think we certainly aren't perfect, and we definitely have disagreements. Would you describe us as having arguments?
We have our own version of arguments.
Passionate disagreements.
We don't yell at each other, but you know, we're different people and we have different opinions. Often at the time, it's hard to reach an agreement. Like, it's you know, hard to see the other person's point of view. But if we have that time apart and we listen to each other, then when we come back, we can sort of see where the other person is coming from.
Yeah.
And we don't have to like agree on everything. As long as we see the other person's point of view, then...
And yeah, respect that. We're not always going to think the same way. Like, nothing is black and white. And with Chris and I, like, we often find that the answer's somewhere in the middle, in that grey area. Like, I'll be here and I think this, and Chris
I'll be right over here.
And the answer's somewhere in the middle. When I don't understand where Chris is coming from, I literally just pretend I'm him almost, and be like, look at it from his perspective and like view myself as if I was you, and that really helps. I'm like, of course he feels like this, of course he thinks that because all of this happened this way, and like, we had different childhoods, we had different everything, and we're both right. Right? How you think and your beliefs make you right in an argument or in a discussion, right? Like, right.
And that's a big thing too, is let go of that urge to be right, because you always lose if you try and be right in an argument. So it's best just to listen and try and understand where they're coming from, rather than be right in that argument.
Yeah, one of my favorite quotes is actually like, do you want to be right or do you want to be happy? Because if you're judging a brother, you're wrong, even if you are right. And I just love that because it's so true. Like, I would prefer to be happy over right. And if you're putting someone else down and making them like lose face or like telling them they're wrong, like, you're sort of wrong too, and there's nothing good comes from that.
We don't want you to think that we've mastered everything and we have like the perfect relationship, because we definitely don't. And everything we're talking about now is things that we know are important and we're always trying to work at.
Yeah, we're always learning and stuff, and like we said earlier, we're not at this place where, well, no one's ever at this place where you've arrived and that everything's sorted now. Like, we're always growing and learning, because yeah, this isn't stuff we've mastered. This is stuff that we're just experiencing and that we've learned from.
Yeah, and we just know that if we always communicate and we always support each other in like our growth journey, then we'll have a happy relationship.
Another thing I want to discuss really briefly that I think has been really important in our relationship is taking responsibility for your reactions and your emotions. I was someone who got into big moods and used like the silent treatment instead of communicating how I felt, and it's just serves no purpose. It's so damaging, and you make all of these assumptions in your head and stories in your head, and it's not really the truth. And when you take ownership for your emotions, you start to really realize how playing the victim and blaming other people is just...
At the end of the day, we all have the choice on how we feel. So if you don't sort of feed the drama and the story, you can let it go faster and make the decision to feel happy, which is...
Yeah, exactly what you said. Yeah, it's a decision, right? And that little part of us that thrives on feeling miserable, like, I think we all have that part of us, like where we get into that low mood, it's like, yeah, stay here and stuff like that. It's a choice. You can go down that route, or you could be like, no, I'm not going that way today. I want to be happy and I want to have a good relationship. And I think communication is the thing that can pull you out of that. You just have to start talking, and it's hard sometimes, but it's really necessary. So this video is getting really long, so we're going to wrap it up. We could talk about this for a really long time, but you know, no one's going to watch that. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and
we'll see you in 2 days.
Thanks guys.
Edit time.